Welcome back to the Padilla family homestead. We have our largest Azure haul ever. So I'm going to show you guys what I got as I'm unloading it. And then I'm also at the end of this, so make sure you stay tuned, going to do a price comparison if I would have bought this stuff at this quantities at Walmart versus buying it at Azure, and is it worth it? So stay tuned for that. But first, I'm going to go through what the haul we got was this time and show you what we got. So first thing on the list that I have to get out of the way is this gluten-free flour. They were out of the 25-pound bag of this, but I got the Bob's Red Mill 1-for-1 gluten-free flour. I got 3 boxes of 4 packages of that. They're the 44 ounce. And so I have 12 of those bags basically. Okay, so the next thing I got was I have a 25-pound bag of spelt flour, a 25-pound bag of hard red wheat flour, and then a 25-pound bag of organic cane sugar. So these I'll bring in a second. The next thing I need to grab though is the dairy, because it is 95 degrees out here. It is hot, it is dry, so I want to get these put away. So for the dairy, I have 6 of the 32-ounce containers of the Nancy's organic whole milk yogurt that has all the good probiotics in it. I also got the Nancy's cream cheese, 6 of those, and 6 of the Nancy's sour cream. And these will last us quite a while. The date on this one right off the bat says October 11th, but it should last longer than that if I needed to, but it's not going to be, it'll be gone by then. So I'm going to get these in the fridge and I will be right back to show you more. This has mixed product in it. These are usually too heavy for me to carry. Full like this. So I'm going to unload this here. And I'm going to put it into grocery bags to make my life easier. So I have a 1-pound bag of loose leaf Tulsi tea. I'm super excited about this one. And I'll tell you kind of why I'm so excited about that when we're done unloading. I have roasted ground chili pepper, 1 pound of that. I have a pound of the diced dehydrated red bell peppers, a pound of mulled spice seasoning mix. At my husband's request, more of the nacho popcorn seasoning. So this is also gluten-free, which is awesome, but it is 1 pound. And then we got 4 ounces of allspice, because I just don't need a pound. Also 4 ounces of nutmeg, 1 pound of curry powder, mild, 1 pound of ginger powder, I got my daughter
You got ghee?
a jar of ghee. I have 1 32-ounce container of molasses. And I have 3 jars of the organic orange blossom honey. I love this stuff. Actually, it doesn't say organic, but honey is pretty much organic. So it's pure, raw, organic, well, orange blossom honey. So I have 3 of those. In this box, I also have 1 gallon of apple cider vinegar, raw with the mother. This is between 5 and 6 acidity level. And then 1 gallon of avocado oil. Oh, that's funny. This box just has 1 pound of dried cranberries. These are organic dried cranberries that are infused with apple juice. It's really funny.
Got some random boxes.
This box is 5 pounds of organic powdered sugar. It's the 6 times powdered. Okay, I also got, I can actually smell this, the 1 pound of nutritional yeast, a large flake. This is one of our favorite things. Some dried sweet cherries. I got 15 pounds of non-GMO pinto beans. I got 3 of these bags. We have 1 pound of garlic powder. My daughter requested powder, not the granules. She likes to cook with that. We have 1 pound of organic dried mango. This is one of my husband's favorites. 1 pound of Thompson raisins. These for the first time. They are fire lighters that are more natural and can actually be stored with food, and there's 72 in here, so I got these to try with the fireplace. So yeah, I'm excited to try these out. I have 4 ounces of clove powder, 1 pound of black pepper, 1 pound of smoked paprika, 1 pound of onion granules. I really like this. This one, I like this more than the onion powder. 1 pound of taco seasoning. This taco seasoning has pink Himalayan salt in it, which is fun. And 1 pound of dried basil. This is my second one of these guys. I've already gone through one of these huge bags, so I'll have to look up when I bought the last one, but this is full of dried basil. Amazing! And 6 pounds of mozzarella cheese. The last thing in this haul before I finish carrying it inside and then take you guys inside to have another conversation is 25 pounds of organic Lundberg Family Farms brown basmati rice. And so that's 25 pounds of that. So that's my order. Now I'm going to get all this stuff inside, get the stuff that needs to go in the fridge get it in there and park the car where it needs to be. And then I'm going to sit down with you guys, kind of tell you how much I paid for what we purchased and how much for each of these items, and then compare those prices to Walmart. And this was my first time actually sitting down and doing that comparison, and it was very interesting to me. So let's see, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back inside. The refrigerator stuff put away. Not everything else is though. So that's gonna be this afternoon, and a big project tomorrow is to get all of that put away. So let's jump into some numbers, kind of what I spent, how much I bought, why I bought it, and all of that, and the price comparison. I'll go line by line with if I were to try to buy that at Walmart. Now there are a few things. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 items that I couldn't even find a comparable item at Walmart for. So I took those kind of out of the comparison, and I'll show you that. So the whole milk mozzarella, it's 6 pounds of whole milk mozzarella for $23.51 is what I bought it for. That is a price of $3.92 a pound, and Walmart's price was $2 for a half pound, which brings it at $24 for the amount that I purchased. And I only saved 49 cents by buying it through Azure. I will say though that the texture and the freshness and all of that is no comparison. We actually, if we run out of cheese, we just won't eat cheese until I can do another Azure order. I don't like Walmart cheese that much anymore, and I do not like the Smart and Final and Save Mart and that kind of stuff. Just the quality, the freshness, the softness, it is so good. So it's a 49-cent savings to buy it with Azure, but the flavor is no comparison. Okay, organic avocado oil. I get 1 gallon of avocado oil, and it's $56.51, which is about $14.13 per quart. Okay, so it was really hard to try to compare this. Walmart doesn't actually have a ton of avocado oil, and the avocado oil that I found, I could only find one that was cold pressed. And so this price, they only sold it in pints there. It was $10.48 for a pint, which the total for Azure Standard weight, the gallon that I bought, if I would have bought that at Walmart, would have been $83.84 for the comparable product. And so I had a $27.33 saving. I will say there is an oil that I get. I don't know if it's cold pressed though. There is an oil that I get sometimes at Costco. That is actually a savings. I just don't know if it's cold pressed, but I can tell you, since having my gallbladder out, I'm more sensitive to the fats that I use, and it is this oil that I process really well. The Costco one's okay, but it's still, there's something different about how my body processes it. So, but this was a huge savings versus buying it from Azure than going to Walmart. Organic basil, guys, this one was a mind blower for me. I can't even begin to fathom this. So, this is actually one of the key reasons why I buy bulk right here. So 1 pound of organic basil, that is the sifted pieces, same that you would buy in those little containers at the grocery store. 1 pound of that was only $7.46. 1 pound, just so you understand how much that is. So I've bought this before. I want to say it's been about a year since I've bought it. And we've been out for like 2 or 3 weeks. And this filled a half-gallon mason jar plus some quarts. So I want to say this was about a gallon worth of, it would fill a gallon jar basically. And to get to get organic basil at Walmart, the Great Value brand, okay? So it's the Great Value brand for organic basil was $4.36 for half an ounce. There are 16 ounces in a pound. So to buy 1 pound worth of basil, organic basil, would have been $139.52. I spent $7.46. That is a savings of $132.08. And now, yes, I could have gotten cheaper basil and not done organic and so forth, but there's so many herbs in those little spice containers that are cut with other things. My daughter can't have a bunch of the fillers that are in it. I don't want a bunch of the fillers that are in it. And so if I can get organic 100% basil for a savings that big, like, it is mind-blowing to me that there's that much of a markup. And so just by storing it in quart-sized jars, I am going to have my basil, and that basil's been sitting on the grocery store shelf for forever. You know, like, the quality of the herbs here are so much better. So right there, just get the organic basil. It is the savings. You won't have to go to the grocery store for a long time for that. Okay, so the other thing that's usually a big savings for me, because I can't really find a lot of this stuff elsewhere, are the flours. And I buy in bulk because I do all of my cooking from home for the most part. And so if I'm going to have any bread, I'm going to make it from home. And so I got the organic red wheat bread flour, okay? And it is just ground hard red wheat. 25 pounds was $30.62. So that brings it to about $1.22 a pound. And it took me a long time to try to find something at Walmart that was comparable. So when I did this, I did Walmart.com, and then I did in-store only, because I want to make sure I'm not getting one of those outside third-party vendors or whatever for this comparison. So everything I pressed in-store only so I could pick it up at location. And so they had this one flour bag, a bag of flour that was, it was organic unbleached flour. And when I looked at the ingredients, it just said whole wheat flour or something like that. I looked at the ingredients and it said red wheat flour. So I don't know if it's hard or soft or what type of flour it is, but it did not say that it was bread flour. It was an unbleached, kind of like all-purpose red flour. And so that was $7.32 for 5 pounds. So to buy 25 pounds worth, I would have had to get, it would have been $36.06, which gave me a $5.98 savings. But it's really not the same product. Like, most of it wasn't available, but it's similar enough that I could have used it in place of this, but yes. Okay, so organic dried cranberries, apple juice infused. So this one was another one that I had a hard time finding a comparable item. I got 1 pound of organic dried cranberries for $9.31. That is about 58 cents an ounce. So what I found at Walmart was a 10-ounce bag for $5.66. And it's not sweetened with apple juice, and it also had sunflower oil in it. And I do not believe that mine has any oil. It's just sweetened. I try to get the ones that don't have the oil. So if I would have gone with that, it would have been a savings of 25 cents at Walmart. But for the quality of what I'm getting, I think it's worth just getting it at Azure. The other thing that I got was the dried Bing cherries. Now, I can't find dried Bing cherries at Walmart. That's one of the items that wasn't on there. For that, this time around, I paid for 1 pound, I paid $12.40. Now, I could have had bigger savings on these per pound if I would have bought them in bigger bulk, but I didn't need more of them. This is just for my holiday baking. And so this is going to cover what we need and we will be good. I don't want to store it for a long time. So I didn't have anything for Walmart on that one. Organic molasses. So 32 ounces for $9.34, which brings it down to 29 cents an ounce. And what they had there, which was not organic, was $3.66 for 12 ounces. So for the amount I bought for the 32 ounces, if I would have bought that amount at Walmart, it would have brought it to $9.76. So it's 42-cent savings by buying it at Azure, plus I got organic, which would not have been the case at Walmart. Okay, so the other thing I get in bulk is organic cane sugar, and I get it at 25 pounds for $31.90, which brings it to $1.28 a pound. And there was something comparable. I was actually pretty surprised it was this close. So they had these little bags of 4-pound bags of organic cane sugar, and for $5.77 at Walmart. So that would have brought it to $36 to buy it at Walmart versus the $31.90 at Azure. So it was still a savings of $4.16 to buy it through Azure. But if for some reason I was in a pickle and I needed sugar, which I'm not because I buy it in bulk, it's not too bad. It's not too badly off. Okay, so organic powdered sugar, for 5 pounds, I paid $13.42, which is $2.68 a pound. And over at Walmart, you can get it for a similar item for $3.66 for 1 pound, which brings it for the 5 pounds, that would have been $18.30. So it was a savings of $4.88 to buy it at Azure versus buying it at Walmart. This one actually surprised me, this next one. I knew I was getting a good deal, and it's actually gone up a little bit over the last couple of years at Azure, but I mean, there's cost of stuff that's gone up. But I was surprised on the savings on this. So I do pickling, I do preserving stuff. I add apple cider vinegar into my broth when I make it, and to help it pull from the all the stuff from the bones. And so I buy it in the 1 gallon, and I get it the Azure organic raw apple cider vinegar with the mother, and it's between 5 and 6% acidity. And I get that for $13.15 for a gallon. And what I saw in the gallon form over at Walmart was the Bragg's apple cider vinegar. And for the gallon, it is $21.28. So by buying it at Azure, I'm saving $8.13, which I thought that one would have been closer. I thought that was more of like a convenience thing to get it there. But no, it's a pretty good cost savings. And all these little things add up when you look at the differences. Okay, so the next item on my list was the mulled spice mix. They don't have it. They don't have that at Walmart. So they had like apple cider packets, and you can get cinnamon sticks, but they did not have mulled spice seasoning pack. And I really, really like this. I just add it to my apple juice, and I add it to stuff. So it might come out with the holidays. So I thought it would kind of already be out for the fall stuff, because a lot of the pumpkin stuff is coming out. but it's not. So they didn't have it, so I can't compare that. But this spice mix is amazing. I love it. So I actually still had some left, and I got extra, so I had it for this season. Okay, so ground black pepper. I actually thought I was paying more at Azure for it, and I am not. So ground black pepper for 1 pound, which was a pretty good sized bag, is $14.78, which brings it down to 92 cents an ounce. And at Walmart, it's $5.92 for 6 ounces. That's for the Great Value brand. So for the amount that I purchased, it would have been $15.79, which was $1 savings, $1 and a penny. So, which again, that could be a wash. Okay, so organic ginger root powder. I got 4 ounces. So I would have had a huge savings on these next 3 items if I would have purchased them in the 1 pound. But because I don't use that much ginger root powder or allspice or nutmeg, I only got the 4-ounce bag, and it is a little pricier per pound to get it with a 4-ounce bag. So really look at that cost per pound when if you're gonna go buy spices. So ground allspice. Oh wait, no, sorry. Organic ginger root powder. And before I continue, the quality difference between the little containers you get at Walmart to the containers you get, the bags you get with Azure, the flavor, the everything is so much better. So I'm not mad that I lost money on this. Okay, so organic ginger root powder is 4 ounces. I paid $5.30, which brought it to $1.32 an ounce. And at Walmart, it was $4.36 for 1.6 ounces. No, I'm reading the wrong thing. Oh, this was a savings. Okay, $4.36 for 1.6 ounces. So for the 4 ounces, that would have been $10.92. I saved $5.62 on the ginger root powder for buying it from Azure, and that was the Great Value. And the reason why that savings is there is because I bought organic. Okay, so ground allspice is where I lost. So 4 ounces at Azure was $5.24. It's not organic. That's $1.31 an ounce. Walmart price was $1.94 for 2 ounces. So for the 4 ounces, it was $3.88 at Walmart, which means I paid more at Azure by $1.36. Ground nutmeg, again, 4 ounces. I paid $9.40. That's $2.35 an ounce. Over at Walmart, you can get ground nutmeg for $2.54 for 1.5 ounces. And that's $6.76 for the 4-ounce amount, which means I paid $2.64 more over at Azure. With that being said, on the nutmeg in particular, it was a Great Value brand, and there were horrible reviews that the jars were half empty. So I don't know what that means, if they weighed it to see if it was actually the right amount and they were settling or whatever. So just pay attention to that if you buy nutmeg there. Ground clove was 4 ounces, and I paid $7.09 for that, which was $1.77 an ounce. Over at Walmart, it's $1.94 for 2 ounces. So for my amount I bought, would have been $3.88 there. So I paid $3.21 more for buying it at Azure. So those 3 things, I definitely paid more buying it at Azure. Nutritional yeast. So it's really hard. I wasn't going to sit and look at all the ingredients and all the vitamin differences and so forth in the different nutritional yeast. I didn't have time to sit there and do that. But I paid for 1 pound, I paid $8.99, and that's about 56 cents an ounce. And over at Walmart, it was $5.12 for 5 ounces. So that would have been $16.48 if it was a pound at Walmart. And that means I had a savings at Azure of $7.49 for the nutritional yeast. All right, so now this is another one I didn't look at all the seasonings on. And that's the nacho popcorn seasoning. My husband loves the Azure Standard one. It just hit the flavor on it. Everything on it's great. So we get the 1 pound for $14.95, and that pound really lasts a long time because you don't need like a ton on your popcorn. So the first time we tried them, we got the little 4-ounce packages, which it costs more to do that, but we switched over to the 1 pound. So that's 93 cents an ounce. So the only thing I could find at Walmart for a comparable thing are those little tiny little containers of the popcorn seasoning shakers. I don't remember the brand name. But they have them in like all different types of stuff. So I'm pretty sure the ingredients here are going to be very different. But for Walmart, it's $3.54 for 2.85 ounces. So if I would have bought the 1 pound's worth there, it would have been $12.88, which would have been a savings of $2.07 if I would have bought it at Walmart. But I didn't, so I paid $2.07 more. And I think that it would be interesting to look at the ingredients on. So now we're going to get into a couple of the Nancy's dairy products. So I get the Nancy's cream cheese, and I get that in 6 8-ounce tubs, and it's $22.82. They don't have this at Walmart. They just don't. So I can't compare it to Walmart. The place that has it near me, I know for sure that has it, is Nugget. And basically I'm paying less even if I buy them individually at Azure than I would be at Nugget. And when I buy them in the six pack, it's buying 5 at regular price and basically getting 1 free with Azure. So the quality, the live probiotics, the good bacteria that's in it, it's worth it to me. It tastes great, and it's one of those items that we're pretty picky on: cream cheese, sour cream, and our yogurt. And I'm picky on my cottage cheese too, which is the cottage cheese through the Nancy's is way saltier than I can handle. So we don't get that anymore. But the cream cheese is really good. I really like it. We've used it on bagels, but I add it to my soups to make it a creamy soup. We add it to all kinds of different things. So cream cheese is amazing, and a little bit goes a long way. The other one that they do not have is the Nancy's sour cream, and I get 6 of those. They're 16-ounce tubs for $23.80, and again, tons of good probiotic stuff. They're organic, and they have good stuff in them. So Walmart did not carry that one. What they did carry though, and I did not know this, so it was kind of cool. I didn't know they carried it. They do carry Nancy's yogurt, and it's in the 32-ounce tubs. So I get 6 tubs of the 32-ounce size for $30.12. And they are only $4.46 for one 32-ounce tub over there, which would have cost me $26.76. So I actually paid $3.36 more by buying it at Azure instead of buying it at Walmart. So that's a new thing for me. I actually learned something on that one. So with Nancy's, that could be the case. Now for me, I don't shop at Walmart for a whole lot of stuff actually, because I just spend a lot of money on groceries here. For me, the savings, giving up a little bit and paying more for the yogurt when that means I'm not going to impulse buy stuff at Walmart, is actually ends up being a savings. Sometimes you have to do pros and cons on that. Okay, so the next thing on my list is Bob's Red Mill 1-for-1 gluten-free flour. Now this one, I had my eye on this because I have bought it in a 25-pound bag before from Azure, which is amazing. And it went out of stock about a week before I ordered, and it wasn't, by the time my order shipped for my drop site, it's coming in, like it's back in stock today, but I picked it up today, so it had already been shipped. So, it's hit and miss on some of the things if you can get it. So what I did instead, I would have saved a lot more money if I would have bought the 25-pound bag. But they didn't have that, so I bought 3 boxes of the 44-ounce bags, and there's 4 bags per box. So that gave me 12 44-ounce bags of Bob's Red Mill gluten-free 1-for-1 flour. And that was $97.38. Gluten-free is so much more expensive. And so when you can get a good deal on it and get it cheaper, it's the way to go with it. And we're doing a lot of baking with it. So that puts me at $8.12 per bag, per 44-ounce bag. Okay. And this is actually the item that made me think to do this comparison, because I sent my husband to the store for me, and he went to Winco, and he went to go get this flour for me, and the 44-ounce bag was like $9 and something cents. It was almost $10. And I was like, oh man, what the heck? And I go, because usually Winco's pretty cheap. And so I was like, well, let me compare what that is per pound with Azure, what I'm getting, and I'll make sure if it's still, because I'm like, I'm not getting the 25-pound bag, I'll just get it local. Well, it was a bigger savings buying it through Azure still when buying it in the packs, the boxes of them. So Walmart, though, for one 44-ounce bag was also $9.92. So if I would have bought 12 of those bags, it would have been $119.04. So I saved $21.66 by buying that flour over at Azure Standard, which is a pretty big savings. Okay, so this is another thing that Walmart didn't have, and that was the raw orange blossom honey. Now they do have honey, and they do have raw honey, but this particular honey, the flavor of this honey is amazing. And so I don't want to sacrifice the orange blossom honey for something at Walmart. So I just didn't even include it onto the list, right? If you've never gotten the orange blossom honey, it's very, honey's sweet anyways, but that orange blossom, you can taste the orange in it, and it is so, so good. So this is actually, I ordered this, one of those jars that I got 3 jars, which I think each jar is they're 3 pounds each. So they're in the glass jars this time, because I didn't really need a gallon's worth, and it's actually easier for me to work out of the glass jars. So I got 3 of the 3-pound glass jars, and one of those glass jars is going to be to make my fermented garlic and honey, and get ready for cold and flu season coming up and all of that. So I really need to get that garlic into there. We have the garlic, and the orange blossom honey with that garlic, when it ferments, is very good. It makes it really palatable to be able to eat it. So I really like that. That was $44 total, $44.19 for 9 pounds of honey, which is a lot of honey, or it's going to take us a while to go through that. So that's on there. Now, this one was a rough one. So organic Tulsi tea. Tulsi is holy basil. I'm actually growing holy basil right now, but I'm not growing it in a quantity that I need. And this is something I wanted to have on hand for when I wean off my blood pressure medicine. And because I can't really drink it while I'm taking my blood pressure medicine. So Tulsi, holy basil, is supposed to help with that. I really suggest, I'm not telling you to do anything. Consult a doctor. I've already consulted my doctor. So I just have to, I'm waiting till my numbers are at my certain level steady. And then when I'm able to just wean off naturally off of this, which I'm at the weaning off number anyway, then I'm going to start drinking the Tulsi tea consistently and having that help and help me with the adjustment of not having the medication to help. So I got 1 pound. So again, that's basil. That's a whole lot of tea, and it's a loose leaf tea. I mean, it is a ton of tea. And I only paid $19.04. So this is another one of those items. You imagine the price of basil, the organic basil that you cook with, right, was a huge price difference. So they didn't have Tulsi tea in any form except for in a tea bag with ginger. And so that particular tea, if you find it, and I would get that tea in place of this if that's what was available to me, was $9.99 for 1.13 ounces. 1.13 ounces. So if I would have bought 1 pound, it would have been $141.46. So by buying it loose leaf, which you can use tea bags or the reusable things, and I saved $122. I think that's a pretty good savings. Okay, so the other thing they didn't have at Walmart was the fire lighters that I'm trying. They're the good for you natural firelight things that you can even store with food. So I'm going to try those out. You can use them in fireplaces. And I paid $7.64 for those for 72 pieces. Taco seasoning. So I didn't compare all the ingredients because I'm not going to sit there and read all the ingredients for everything. But taco seasoning, I bought 1 pound for $9.25. And this actually lasts us a while. Now we have tacos every Tuesday. So we use taco seasoning. But this flavor on this taco seasoning is so good. It's just amazing. So it's $9.25 for 1 pound. The Walmart price is what did I do? I think it's $1.07. I didn't write something down correctly here. So $1.07, and I think it was like 1 ounce or just over an ounce, because if you were going to get 1 pound worth, it would have been $17.12. And that's for those little McCormick pouches, the little packets. I don't think that's the same quality, but I still saved $7.87 by getting it in the one bulk bag versus getting a bunch of individual packets. Because you got to think, you got to pay for all those packets too that they're using. Okay, so dehydrated red bell peppers. I got 1 pound at $12.36, which was 77 cents for a pound or an ounce. The Walmart price is for those Augustin Farms, and I bought those before, and I think it's a very good product. It's just hit and miss if I can find them. They're in those big 10-pound can, number 10 cans, and there's like 1 pound 4 ounces in that. So for a pound worth, if you look at price per ounce, a pound worth, it would have been $12.90 if I would have gotten the Augustin Farms, which saved me 53 cents, when in reality I have to buy the can of it. I can't just buy 1 pound worth. So it's not a very big savings. We're trying it out. The Augusta Farms has red and green peppers in it. It's a great flavor. My daughter loves it. It's actually what got my daughter going with um, adding dehydrated bell peppers to stuff. And so we wanted to have some on hand. I have a hard time getting my hand on those long-term storage cans of food sometimes. So I went ahead and got the bag of dehydrated ones from Azure to try out. All right, so we're almost done. Organic spelt flour. This is another thing I could not get at Walmart. We really like the flavor of spelt. It's an ancient grain. It kind of goes in with, I think it's spelt, is it kamut? And then einkorn are all ancient grains. So your body is supposed to process them better. They haven't been modified the same ways. There's just, your body just deals with it differently, and the flavor is incredible on the spelt. So I did get 25 pounds of spelt flour for $36.46, and I just can't get that at Walmart. Okay, so curry powder. I don't know what type of curry powder it was at Walmart. I got Madras mild curry powder. It's our first time getting it. It's 1 pound for $6.18. That's about 39 cents an ounce. And at Walmart for the great value curry powder, it's $2.12 for 2 ounces. So for 1 pound, it would have been $16.96, which means I saved $10.78 by buying it at Azure Standard, which I think is pretty good savings. Okay, so organic smoked paprika. I got 1 pound for $9.90. That is 62 cents an ounce. Over at Walmart, it was $4.36 for 1.6 ounces. And that is for the Great Value Organic Smoked Paprika. And that means for 1 pound worth for the Great Value Organic Smoked Paprika would have been $43.68, which means I saved $33.78 by buying it over at Azure Standard. Oh wait, dried mango. Organic dried mango. We get 1 pound for $12.40, which is about $1.69 per ounce. The Walmart has mangoes for $3.94 for 5 ounces. Now that was on sale, so it's normally $4.88. So this would have been a little bit higher. So $3.94 for 5 ounces. That would have put 1 pound at $12.60. And so I only saved like 20 cents, 21 cents by buying it from Azure. But what I'm going to say about this mango is that my husband's favorite fruit, right? And he loves this stuff. But comparing the sugar levels, even some of the other mangoes from Azure, this particular organic dried mango, the sugar level is so much lower than all the other ones. So it's better for him to have, being on insulin and all of that. And it doesn't have a bunch of added stuff, and it still tastes really, really good. He really likes them. So I've gotten the 5 pounds before, but this time around we got 1 pound because my order was already super expensive. So, yeah, so it was only 20 cent savings. Okay, Lundberg Basmati brown rice. So, I believe I got organic as well. So 25 pounds for $42.05 is what I paid. So that's $1.68 per pound. Okay. So when I looked at Walmart, first of all, they don't have Lundberg brown basmati rice. They have Lundberg organic white rice, that's basmati. And so I just used that price because if I couldn't get brown, I'd get white. And that that was $6.48 for 2 pounds. So to buy the 25 pounds would have been $81. And so I saved $38.95 by buying brown rice that I wanted over at Azure. So that's a pretty big savings as well. Okay, garlic powder, organic garlic powder, 1 pound for $12.65. And that's about 79 cents an ounce. And that, let's see, Walmart had it at $4.36 for 2.5 ounces, which would have been $27.84 for 1 pound worth, which means I saved $15.19 by shopping at Azure for that. Okay, so organic roasted chili pepper. It's 1 pound for $12.06. Okay, so what I found on Walmart, I couldn't find exactly the same product. So I found organic chili pepper, and that was $4.36 for 1.2 ounces. Which for that amount to get 1 pound, it would have been $58.08, which means I saved $46.02, and it's the roasted, so it has more intense flavor. So I'm excited about that savings. Onion granules. I did not get organic this time around. I think the organic was sold out. I got 1 pound for $7.65, which brings it to 48 cents an ounce about. And that for the Walmart version of that. So the granules are not like flakes of onions. It's almost kind of looks like sand. So it's not like fluffy powder, but it's not minced onion, dehydrated minced onion. So it's somewhere in between. So I actually looked at the pictures of the actual onion powder or granules or whatever. And the closest one that looked like the right texture was the McCormick onion powder. It looked like the same texture as the granulated onion from Azure. And so I used that, and it was $6.48 for 7.62 ounces, which means that would have been $13.60 for 1 pound, and I saved $5.95 by shopping at Azure. All right, so I already went over Nancy's yogurt. Pinto beans, I ate it on this one. I normally get like a 25-pound bag, and I didn't this time. I got individual ones, and so I got 15 pounds. It was 3 5-pound bags, and they are the non-GMO beans, and I paid $20.91. So that's $1.40, $1.39 a pound, and Walmart is $1.12 a pound for, I think it was the Great Value, and that means it would have been $16.80 there. So I spent $4.11 more buying it at Azure. What about the 25-pound bag though? Oh wait, Thompson raisins. I wanted to try these raisins. They didn't have a bunch of other stuff added into them, so I was excited to try these. So Walmart.com actually said you can get Thompson raisins, but you had to order them. And so I used that pricing. It was 1 pound. I got 1 pound for $4.40. They offer it for 10 pounds for $71.99, which means a 1 pound at that price would have been $7.19. But you can't buy 1 pound. You have to buy 10 pounds. And then, so I did a savings per pound at $2.80 I saved by buying it at Azure. My ghee pricing is not right. I don't know if I wrote down the wrong weight that I ordered. So I have to look at that. I think I wrote it down wrong. I don't think they sent me the wrong one. So my pricing is off. I think I spent more there, but they didn't have the same brand, and I know my daughter likes this brand of ghee. So I just ordered it from there. I tacked it on for her. But I think I spent more buying it there than buying whatever ghee they have at Walmart. I don't know. I don't know the different brands. So I know that was a whole lot of numbers. So what does that mean, right? If you're still with me, you really like knowing what you're saving and where you're buying it. Okay, so my order, it was the largest order I've ever placed through Azure. It was not the most poundage of food that I've received, but it was the largest dollar amount that I have spent with Azure. And I spent $727.96 on this order. And I have spices that I'm not going to have to shop for a year at least. And we go through tons and tons and tons of spices. I also have all my holiday baking in this. We have all kinds of stuff in here. So, and we have the teas, the fire lighter, that kind of stuff. So it's a big order. Now, what would this have looked like if I would have bought everything at Walmart? Well, I'm actually surprised by this number. Now, this number does not include the 7 items that I could not purchase there. I still would have had to purchase those at Azure. But for everything else I listed, whether it was a savings or I spent more at Azure, if I would have bought it all at Walmart, whatever the comparable item was, that would have been $1,054.24. And I still would have had, to buy the other stuff over at Azure. So with that being said, the cost at Walmart with the cost of what I still would have had to buy from Azure would have been $1,214.21. So what was my savings by doing this? $486.25. I was mind blown. And I've done math when I did I buy wheat berries and stuff like that. I've done some math before, and it's killer savings on stuff, especially a lot of the flowers and stuff like that. But this was my first one where I did like a ton of spices. I usually add one spice on here or one spice on there. And the difference here blew my mind. So I'm going to repeat that. What I paid through Azure was $727.96. That was my total. Actually, I had a little bit of the cash that I earned, because you get like 2 times cash reward or something like that on some of the stuff. So I think I had like $9 of that or something. So I actually paid a little bit less. But the total was $727.96. If I had to buy everything at Walmart, minus the 7 items that I couldn't buy there, that would have been $1,054.24. Now, with the Walmart and the 7 items, would have been $1,214.21. That means it was a grand total savings to buy everything through Azure for $486.25. I'm mind blown. So this is why it's worth it to buy bulk to me. It's completely worth it to me. People are like, why do you buy a pound of basil? Like, what are the odds you're going to use a pound of basil? Well, that's my second bag. I use it. I cook. I make spaghetti sauce. I add it to my pastas. I add it to my chicken. I add it to meals. Like, I season. When you cook everything from home, you go through so much food and so many seasonings, things you didn't realize that you went through because you take for granted that this is already in stuff. And to me, that savings is huge. That is a huge amount of savings. Now, granted, I'm buying a huge amount at once, right? So that takes practice and getting in order of buying bulk. So my first order, I don't remember how much my first order was, but I buy, let's say one time I buy a bunch of flowers, right? Then I now am on the point where I'm trying to order some of my dairies, my cheese for sure, every time I place an order. And then I'm mixing it up. I'm either like, I'm not going to have to buy spices for a year. So one of my other orders, I may stock up on something else, right? So I take that. I would have had to have bought all that at a grocery store every month, every couple of weeks for the basil. But you have to go through stuff, and you have to and you're spending gas to consistently go to the grocery store. And so if you can figure it out and you go, okay, this month I'm buying a bunch of this, and then next month, next 3 months, I don't have to buy that. So then my grocery budget the next month, I'm using that towards something else and buying it in bulk and building it up. It's totally worth it to me. I really love Azure. And the fun thing is, if you sign up for Azure, they have this really cool thing where everybody who has an account has a share referral. You don't have to, it's not like you're a social media influencer who gets it or whatever. It is a share referral. And if you share it with somebody and refer somebody and they put in $100 order, then you get a $25 credit towards your groceries. And it's one of the reasons why you see hauls all over the place, right? And so if you do that, I appreciate it. I have had a couple people do that. And that helps. It helps go through the groceries, and then you share it with somebody else and they help with your groceries and so forth. So it's amazing. If you decide to check it out, I'll link it below because it's just, I think it's worth it. And it's a really neat experience. If you haven't heard about the experience, I can link some of the videos below that I have. I'll link all my haul videos below. But you order online, you watch to see what goes out of stock, because sometimes you just have to adjust with that. It's a different mindset than going to a grocery store and everything's there. Like it doesn't go out of stock until they're loading the truck, right? So the day your order goes through, you can change everything until your cutoff time. So I always check like an hour before cutoff. Did everything I order is it still good, right? And I can adjust if I need to, if that's the case. And then from there, once that order gets sent, then they tell you when your pickup is. So you have a choice to have it shipped, but shipping prices are astronomical. So I'm on the West Coast. We get free delivery to drops. There is a fee to some of the drop locations, so you'll need to look at that. But I know a lot of people who still get it do it because it's still a cost savings for their area. So I found the drop closest to me, and that's where I have it set to go to. They'll text you or email you. It's an email. They email you on when your shipment is expected to arrive at that drop. And it's usually a similar day every month, but sometimes it's between a day or two. And you go and you meet a semi truck, and this group of people, whoever's ordered, helps unload the semi truck, puts everything out by the names, and then you take your order home. It's cool. You don't go into a store. You get to meet like-minded people. You get to talk to people like, oh, that looks cool. I didn't even know you can order that here. How do you like that? And they tell you how they like it. It's a different atmosphere, and it's cool. So if you're interested in trying it out, I'll have the link below. If you have questions regarding it, drop a comment below. I would love to hear your questions. I'd love to answer anything I can. But no matter where you are, start buying bulk, even if it's not through Azure. Figure out price comparisons, see where you are, and find a way to save money. With the way inflation is, a lot of people are starting to cook from home, and a lot of people don't know how much they're spending and how much the markup is on some of these items, just because you're buying a ton of those tiny little plastic seasoning containers and you constantly are throwing them away. So it's save the money, buy bulk and stock that pantry. I will see you guys on the next video. I hope you like this, and I always share my Azure hauls with you because a lot of people find it interesting. It's one of my most popular section of videos. So I'll be sharing the next one whenever we order that, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.